Hey everyone, Ronnie Landis here, and we are bringing you another amazing recipe concoction that we made up. Now, I just got back into LA about a week ago from a 3-month speaking tour, and I had got word from the mad scientist, aka my roommate, Hoy Sauce, and he was playing with this new concoction, and I had heard about it. It's called the Bulletproof, and a lot of people out there may have heard this, you may have not. Basically, it's called the Bulletproof Coffee, and this idea is basically just to get the same benefits of intermittent fasting in the morning without the whole, like, pushing the button on coffee, pushing the button on sugar, Frappuccino, mocha, Starbucks, doing that whole thing. Instead of doing that, it's basically this idea of, instead of getting sugar as your fuel all the time, actually transferring your sugar metabolism into fat metabolism to get the benefits of intermittent fasting to get you onto your day, and using organic, microbe-free coffee beans to get the benefits of those alkaloids. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce the mad scientist Hoy Sauce, and he's going to run you through the whole process of the upgraded Bulletproof Coffee.
Hey everybody, Hoy Sauce here, and today I'm going to tell you about the Bulletproof Coffee, the upgraded Bulletproof Coffee, except we're not going to quite do it the way everybody is doing it online. Now typically, when people do the Bulletproof Coffee online, they obviously go for the upgraded coffee, the mycotoxin-free coffee, they go for the MCT oil, and then they go for the organic grass-fed butter. We're doing something along those lines. However, you know, in the field that Ronnie and I come from, we come from the tonic alchemy field, where we use tonic teas as the tonic base, and we add herbs in there. And what we've always known in this industry is that when you have all these herbs and all these alkaloids put into a drink, you also add fat in there so that you can buffer the alkaloids and slow down the absorption. Now, it seems like the Bulletproof Coffee crowd has finally caught on to this, and I think it's great. And what I'd like to offer today is a few other things that you can add in that Bulletproof Coffee, say tonic herbs, for instance, so that you can make this upgraded coffee even better. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and start with the C8 MCT oil, the brain octane oil. Now this comes from upgradedself.com, and this is an MCT oil, but is also the purified caprylic acid, and is known for being antimicrobial, antifungal, and is also going to go ahead and give you the brain enhancement features. So we're going to throw that in there, about a little capful. Boom. It's in there. Now, instead of putting in the grass-fed organic butter, we're going to go ahead and go for the upgrade. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, blending milk solids in coffee is just really weird, and a lot of people don't agree with the casein inside milk. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with ancient organic ghee, which is basically Ayurvedic holy butter, and in the process is clarified butter. It removes all the milk solids, so you're only left with the oils from the butter. We can go ahead and throw a spoonful in there. This stuff's amazing, by the way. It gives you energy, and it just gives you life. And you know what? In Ayurveda, they say that ghee is life. So we're putting life in our drinks. Now, I remember when I was a kid, I always really liked Starbucks Frappuccino. Those bottles that would come in the store and it's frozen, or not frozen, it's refrigerated, and it tastes really good and tastes really creamy. And you know, I gave up coffee a number of years ago, although not to hate on coffee, because coffee drinkers are actually much healthier than non-coffee drinkers are, despite the misinformation out there. But we want to go for the really, really good stuff, and we want to go for all the really upgraded ingredients. So we're going to go with hemp seeds to add as a creamer. When you blend it on high, it actually mimics the Frappuccino sensation. So we're still going to go for the Frappuccino experience. However, we're going to be going everything upgraded. Just upgrade your life. Now lastly, what we like to do is add in some tonic herbs. And these herbs are from Rising Star Herbal herbal extracts, and these guys are top notch. This is Ho Shi Wu, a yin jing tonic. It basically, if you're old, you're not going to feel old anymore when you start getting this stuff into your system. Now, I'm not going to go into exactly what tonic herbs are, but what I can say for you is that the caffeine in the coffee is going to help deliver the herbal compounds even deeper into your system. So we're going to go with 3 tonic herbs. We're going to go with Ho Shi Wu. We're going to go with cordyceps. For those curious, cordyceps is a renowned herb that Olympians like to use for increased endurance. And the whole idea, or the whole target of this herbal drink here, this upgraded Frappuccino, is to get more endurance out of our day while having a fast to buffer the alkaloids so we don't get all strung out from the stimulation. And finally, we can add into reishi so calm our nerves and calm everything down so that we have sustained energy throughout the day without the crash. Alright, so that builds our drink. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the coffee again. From what Ronnie and I do, we make tonic alchemy drinks, and usually we would use a tea like Gynostema tea, or chaga tea, or Padiarco tea, but in this case, in the Bulletproof Coffee case, we're going to go with the upgraded mycotoxin-free coffee as the tonic base.
Hoy, really quick, why don't you explain what the purpose or the function behind this is for your day ahead of you?
Well, I like to quote Steiner here, and I want to paraphrase this. And he talks about how coffee is for thinking in terms of the logical mind, whereas tea is more for the imagination. Now, I like to do a lot of technical work. I do some website work, and really it requires me to sit in front of a computer and think in terms of numbers and figures and logistics. So coffee is perfect for that. And you know, that's why, and you know, like I also like to do writing, and a lot of times a lot of writers say that they can't write unless they have their coffee, and you know what? I say yes to that.
Right on.
So let's have my man Ronnie here have a taste test, the upgraded tonic herb Frappuccino.
For everyone out there, I didn't really get into coffee before, but I gotta say, after the mad scientist put me on this concoction, I am all for it, and I'm about to have an intense workout at the park today under the sun. This is gonna be perfect. One more thing I just want to add in there is that for all those people that were like me who just felt like coffee was disgusting, it was some kind of like nasty type of drink that people were addicted to, I gotta say, when you make something like this with the ghee, the MCT oil, the reishi, the hemp seeds, it becomes something entirely different. And I gotta say, this gives that perfect herbal, slightly bitter but creamy feel. My hat's off to you, Hoy, for this amazing concoction.
Cheers.